So, I wanted to talk about this morning and this is really more about how my days have been going over the past, couple of weeks, couple of months. And it's funny because I usually have a particular way in which my days go. And they always seem better at the start normally. Not always the case, but mostly they're better at the start than they are at the end. What I've been putting this down to mainly is because when I get up, I'm fresh. I'm ready to do things in the morning. I'm generally more excited about getting up and really interacting with my life. When it comes to the night time, I'm generally more tired. That's when things tend to go awry for me. They tend to go off skew, and I tend to end up, thinking negatively, going back into old patterns, and trying to retreat from anything I want to do. So I generally find it quite useless to try and do anything at night because of that, that patterning that I developed over a period of time. So you could, what I have been saying is, like I said, I've been best in the mornings, and then I'm useless at night. So it's better for me to just go to bed or sleep or rest or do whatever at the end of the day because I'm not feeling that energized. But also I can recognize this as a pattern that I go through. It's something that it's almost like it can be used as an excuse to not do what I set out to do during the day. So if something goes a little bit wrong in the morning, or maybe I don't get time to do something, I can have a tendency to leave that until the evening, and say, well, I'll do it then, knowing full well that I'm crap in the evenings, and I won't do it in the evenings. It's not always the case, but it quite often is the case that happens. And so I think in many ways that's just been used as an excuse to slip into old patterns again. And the reason I say this is because, and the tiredness as well. When I'm tired, like I said, go into the old patterns, start to tap into those sort of vibrational wavelengths that are going to start taking me in the wrong direction. And that wouldn't occur if those vibrations weren't, or those energies weren't already there. So I'm aware of their presence during the day. It kind of gives me a little thread on the fact that they're still there during the day. It's just I have more energy to do something in the day that's more purposeful. That would, rather than dealing with the issues, this kind of just helps me to distract from what I'm doing, distract myself from the negative things that want to come up, that want to emerge, that want to come out, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm not totally sure I've got a lot more in this video, but that's what's coming up for me at the moment. I think that at times, if we're not careful, we can use certain certain things as, well, that's just the way it is, and this happens at a certain time of the day, and then that doesn't. But we can always change these things. And there becomes a time where it can be useful to work with the patterns that you have already, especially when you're trying to get a foot on the ladder. So maybe for me it could look like, I'll work with these patterns, right? I'm best at this time of the day, so I can do this at this time of the day, then that, which is to be quite honest, which is a lot of this. It's a lot of what I'm doing. The thing that I find the hardest is when, when I come up against an issue, when I come up against a problem, maybe, and for recently it's been videos. So doing videos for this channel, doing videos for a group that I'm in. If I get to a point where I get stuck, then those old patterns can really start to creep in, and I can really start to self-sabotage myself. Usually that manifests in like a blankness in my head, and then a feeling in my chest where I'm just feeling really emotionally blocked, like it's like a fear or an anxiety. I can't think of anything, I can't do this, I don't want to post the video, and then all the other stuff starts coming up with regard to, well, I don't want to just post any old video and not make it about something, and not make it something useful or whatever that might be. So yeah, it's just something that's coming up at the moment, guys. You'll notice a lot that I'm doing a lot of these videos where I'm just posting what's coming up for me. The reason why I do that is because I want to give an accurate reflection of what is going on for me in my life. I want to give an accurate reflection as to what I'm going through in any given moment. There might not be a solution there directly because I may not have one, but I'm working through this. I'm playing with different situations, and seeing what results I get. And as a result, you get to see that process. So that's pretty much it, guys. Take it easy, and I will speak to you very soon.